Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to Bread Brothers. We're back again. We're here with Sammy. Sammy, we're going to talk about crypto today. Let's get straight into it, Sammy. How are the markets going, Sammy? Let the people know.
Man, the markets are amazing because there's red and there's blood in the markets.
Wow.
That is pretty much that I love it like that. Pretty much our leverage is getting shaken down. You need volatility. You need to understand volatility, and when it comes, you have to embrace it, and you need to know how to play with it. So, How are you dealing with the market at the moment, Evie?
Well, me personally, whenever I see the red, and I think you've actually taught me this, buy the dip. Like no matter what, whenever that thing goes down, it's the best opportunity to make money. So I'm always buying, Sammy, whenever the dip happens.
Well, that's if your conviction is that we're still in a bull market. Okay, so you want to be buying that dip. If you're a midterm holder, Evie holds a lot. You're gonna make good money in holding. I typically say if you need capital to buy something that you're missing, then take profits along the way up and redeploy that on the dip. Whether it's your favorite coins or stuff that you've missed out on, like I've missed out on Solana, Avax, and a couple of other good gems I've missed out in my hodl bags. That's what I'm looking at in stocking up.
And you're right. It's a perfect opportunity. It's like a shopping list. Anything that you're looking for a discount is probably the great time to redeploy those money that you might have on the side.
So, Evie, today I'm going to take our viewers through a couple of market overview. I'm going to look at the total crypto market cap and the total altcoin market cap, and go through a couple of key things that not many people are talking about. So hopefully you guys are going to like that, and hit the like button if you want to see more of this.
Here we go. That's awesome. And I should say, guys, just once again, this is not any financial advice. This is just a group of mates or two friends just sitting and discussing how the market is. So please always do your own research. And as Sammy said, comment, like below, and follow us on Twitter. You might find some handy stuff there as well.
All right, let's get into it. Let me show you the total crypto market cap and what I'm seeing right now. So share screen.
Awesome.
Screen one.
Here we go.
Let me know if that all came up. Okay.
Yeah. We're looking at the total market cap at the moment.
This is the total market cap at the moment. So it's pretty much the total market cap of every single crypto, altcoin, and Bitcoin put together. At the moment, we're sitting at $2.5 trillion. There's something really interesting going on in this chart at the moment, Evie. So you saw that everyone was talking about this massive cup and handle that broke out, found resistance at the neckline, and it broke out, retested a number of times, and then it just started rallying. So the interesting thing I have with this is that we're coming down, but look where we are in the market. We're coming down, but we're coming down to retest this area, which was previously resistance, right? So resistance back here in May when we had the massive May 19th dump. And it was resistance again in early September where we retraced from. This time when we rallied up in early October, we managed to break through it. And we're now coming down in a downtrend to actually test it. And the question will be, do we hold that as support? Typically, this area was previously really strong areas of resistance. I'm expecting a strong area of support. So as that total market cap comes down here, that's when I'm looking at deploying a bit more capital in some of my trades.
So you're playing it a bit more safe. So you're playing it a bit more safe there, Sammy?
Yeah, so I'm not buying now, or I'm deploying a little bit, but the closer we get to this area, I'm going to be buying a lot more. The other interesting thing that I have in here, you see this downtrend. Kind of looks like a long bull flag. Not the best bull flag because it just continued longer. But anyway, the measured move of the bull flag, check this out, Evie. That's the flagpole. And if we bring the flagpole up into where it broke out, look at that.
Wow.
The measured move, it hit it.
That's what you call textbook.
That was textbook. That was textbook. So that's where myself and a lot of other traders knew to take profit, and that paid off perfectly to a T. Wow. Another thing, courtesy of the blockchain backer, you guys should follow him on YouTube, he's pretty good. Another thing is, see this line that I have up here that says 4.236?
Yes.
And this one that says 4.618, these two levels, right? 2.9 trillion and 3.2 trillion. Let me show you where I got those numbers from. So yeah, this is a shout out to blockchain backer. So let me just go on the logarithmic.
I love the fact that you're giving credit to the guys who actually are doing amazing out there.
Yeah, it's not my stuff, so I just put this on log chart so we could see the whole graph easier, Evie. So when you pull that fib basically from that all-time high from the last bull run, I don't know why this is twitching, something wrong with my trading view. If we pull that fib from all-time high from
Yes.
that level there down to the bear market lows, which was about there. I need to adjust it. It's just about there, right? You get this Fibonacci extension, and the full extension is at around 4.236. That's what's considered a full extension, and it's going to be a very strong area of resistance. And you could go to 4618 as well. So these are strong areas of resistance. Past bull runs, we've actually smashed through these areas, but you have to recognize a strong area of resistance when there is an area of resistance, right?
Definitely.
So that's where I got those two lines, and I just put a line on it. So a line on both of them, and I just labeled it there. And if I go back to our normal view, just to see everything clearly, look at that. Where did we find resistance? At the 4236.
The 42.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where. So anyone that says TA doesn't work, they're full of shit. It's just ignorance that you're not understanding. When enough people see this and they react, it's going to be even better. It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy, as Berb says. And if we bring other stuff up, look at the VPVR. Look how much support we have down here. We've got a cluster of support here. So there's not much support from here to there. So what do you expect? A very quick drop, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, you expect a very quick drop because there's not much support on the VPVR. There's not much. Your major area of support's going to come down here. So why would you start buying the dip around this area when you see the market tanking? No, just wait. Try to get yourself a better entry down here, and if it doesn't come, so what? You'll find another better entry.
And it's very. I like the fact that you said that you're actually telling about where to buy, Sammy. A lot of people who are entering the space now actually don't know when to buy. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's just like, It's dipping. Do I buy more and more and more? They don't know how to gauge where to actually, say this is it.
Educate yourself.
Yep.
You need these tools. And if we look at some other metrics quickly, we can see the stochastic RSI. We're in that oversold territory. So this is when you want to buy. Whenever we're down here, you can see last time when we were down here, we were retesting that cup and handle breakout, right? Great time to open up positions. We launched from there. Last time, look when it gave us a bullish cross down there. We're at the bottom of this falling bull flag or falling channel. Great time to start opening up positions. So if you ask me, where are we going from here? I am expecting us to come down here, test this area, maybe hold it for a few days, but then I'm expecting a bounce off this area. The last macro trend that I've pulled up is pretty much this channel here. You see one touch there, multiple touches there. I may as well just pull it up properly. Well, I'll just pull it again. So let's pull up a channel from there. We've got these touch points there and there. So I've been tracking this ever since we had this low down here in September. I pulled it out all the way from there, pulled it parallel to it. My point that I'm making is I made this channel just to see where we're expecting resistance. I knew we had the 4236 and the 4618, and then we've got this upsloping parallel line of resistance, just to assume that this is a rising channel. I just have to assume what the next pattern might be in this whole structure. So that's what I assumed, and you could see that we did get resistance in that area and we turned around. So I am expecting, even if we don't hold this line, I am expecting some interaction, some interesting interaction on this lower blue line here. Like we could get down here and then bounce up. So it's not about predicting, it's just about anticipating what could happen. Now, if we get something like this happen, we go down, we back test it and we go down again, then you want to start exiting your position. My whole bullish thesis is out the window, and that's when you have to start exiting positions, when your bullish thesis is completely wrong and you have to look at the bearish ideas that are playing out. But at the moment, we've got strong areas of support coming in. So let's see what happens. This could play out in the next few days or weeks. Ultimately, we've got a lot of time. We've got a lot of couple of weeks to
December or so, right?
Yeah, to figure out what the hell is going to happen down in this area.
Now, Sammy, I'm just going to pause you there for a second.
Yeah.
On one of your charts, sneakily, I quickly had a look. When you zoomed out a bit, you had a green circle on the top side saying the target is about $32 trillion market. Now, tell me, what is the deal with that?
All right, that's a real moon boy target. So again, if we're if we're gonna see if there's any correlation here, we're gonna pull a channel from pretty much as far back as we can. So 2015, you can see on the log scale, right? How many times did we interact with this line here? It had it as support, launch off in the 2018 bull run, right? And then it came back down, and then it found support in the bear market low, right?
Yes.
So what I did is just pull that channel and made it parallel to the bear market top.
Yeah.
So that gave us a potential area of resistance up here at $18 trillion.
Oh, sorry,
which is
18 trillion. I only saw 32.
18.
I was like, 32 is far-fetched, but 18.
Yeah.
The reason why I wanted you to discuss this is, and this is very important, guys, because as we start coming towards the end of the game, or whenever that may be, you're going to start seeing ridiculous calls and market calls out there. They're saying we're going to start going up to. They may be right. I'm not going to say that they can't be right or wrong, but it's still a great idea to have a bit of TA analysis behind you onto why certain targets may be reached. Like Sammy's saying to us that we've got a $17 trillion target. So
I'm not.
No, you're not saying Moon Boy.
No, but this is the reason why I map it out, right? Because I've got these fib levels to go by, number one.
Yes.
If our prayers are answered and we're up there, I am nuking my portfolio. I'm taking profits. I'm probably pulling out 80% at that stage, right?
100%.
That's why it's there. That's a Moon Boy target, and every man has to know where the line in the sand is. And for me, it's that region. As we're going up through these fib areas, I'm going to be taking profits from my moon bags. Depends on the narratives, depends on the market structures at the time, depends if we're going parabolic, depends if we're going slowly. It all depends. So we got to take it week by week. But hey, that's it. You have to map out the final destination, if you will. And for me, that is my final destination. If we ever do get there, that will be life-changing, and it's enough for me. I'll then exit, and I'll sit there trading with 20% of my portfolio, and I'll be happy with that. So
fantastic, and that's very important too, is to know when to exit the market, guys, because everyone's situation is different. And a good question to ask yourself is this life-changing for me, or is this going to actually change a certain aspect of my life, whether it be by paying off your debt, or buying a house, or buying a car, or whatever it may be. But if you hit your target, you should consider really taking some off the table, if not all of it, when you hit your target. But not financial advice, just something to think about, because we just don't know when the music will stop, right?
Yep, absolutely. So if we look at total two is the total market cap minus Bitcoin. So the total market cap of Ethereum and every single altcoin. What we can see here is we had that same cup and handle, and it broke out, and it probably had the exact same measured move as before. So if we pull that up to the breakout, not as much, but hey, we got there. That's pretty good that we got up 95% of that measured move. And at the moment, we're coming back down to retest that area of strong resistance. In the past 2 times this year, strong resistance. We're coming back down to test it right now. So this is Ethereum, what's dominant at the moment, like 20%. So this is mostly Ethereum's performance. And right now, we do need to hold this area. If we do fall below it and get a bearish retest, what I'm expecting is altcoins to suffer really bad. And I'm hoping maybe we see the market cap move back towards Bitcoin, and we start seeing money flow into Bitcoin, because this won't look too good. But at the moment, we're holding that support. Let's see how the next few days go. If we turn on our indicators, we can see a lot of support down here. It's important to look out for any type of bull trap or bear trap. That might give us reversals. We've got the stochastic at the oversold area down here, so it's looking pretty good. We've got the bearish cross on the MACD, so that confirmed that that uptrend was out. And if you look at the pattern that I've been tracking on this is pretty much this rising wedge, which if you go by Bukowski's methods, is rising wedge has a 70% chance of a bearish fallout, and it did have that bearish fallout. One interesting thing I want to track is the Fibonacci on this. So if we pull this from there to there, I'll just change this so you can see it much clearer. I like these settings that I use. You see the reload zone down here. which is from the 618 to the 786.
And guys,
If
when
this
he's saying reload zone, he's actually telling when to buy.
Yeah,
like where to
kinda.
consider to start buying back into the market, not fully.
This is an area to look for reversals, basically. So you'll look for any type of reversal action happening in here. If we come down here and we start seeing a healthy reversal and start seeing more bullish ideas, you want to start opening trades when we're in this region. So we could go anywhere. You think Bitcoin won't take it there? Bitcoin will take it there. Bitcoin will take us to places where you never thought was possible. So everyone's. You could potentially open up trades here, but just be mindful if we break this and we don't hold this area. I'm expecting a very strong bounce from here, but if we don't, anything's possible. My next area was that Fibonacci retracement reload zone to start opening up trades down there. If we exclude Ethereum, so this is total 3, which is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum in market cap. I've been tracking this in this rising wedge, and at the same time, we have broken bearish out of it. So right now, it is pretty high risk to start trading altcoins. If this can get back into the pattern, it's going to be good. But if it can't get back into it, we need to see what happens in this situation, because we've got strong support at the moment. We're in this area of strong support. We just got to see. So if we don't hold this area, right, we could see some downfall. And let's see, you can expect anything.
Just to clarify, so first you showed us the Bitcoin dominance, and then you showed us the Ethereum. So this third one that we're looking at is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum and just looking at the rest of the market.
Yeah, it's important to look at this because Bitcoin holds like 42% dominance, Ethereum is 20% dominance, and then you got the rest, right? So what is that? Like you gotta understand, altcoins other than Bitcoin and Ethereum hardly weigh anything. They're very feather light. So if we don't hold this area of support up here, you can see alts bleed pretty bad back into this region where they're down in this. What is this? 600 billion.
I can't pretty low areas. That because some of the alts right now, Sammy, they're like $15 billion market cap now, and if you go down to 600 billion all in total, can you imagine what would happen to the alts? Like, as you said, they'll just bleed out completely.
Like I said, there are 2 quotes that I want you to remember for this. Yes, the first one I already told you. Bitcoin will take you anywhere where you don't think it will take it. The second golden rule is this market is designed to take the most amount of money from the most amount of participants at the time. So when leverage is high, and I'll get into leverage, when everyone is bullish, when everyone's saying 100K, it ain't. It's going to crash. When everyone's saying 30K Bitcoin, it's going to go down 20, it ain't. It reversed. It pumped from 30 and went to 60. Wow. Do you know what I mean? When everyone's saying one thing, there's going to be the opposite. So if you have that in mind, you'll pick up these social cues when you see it all on Twitter. That's when you need to consider going against the narrative. And when you're saying, I can't believe that, altcoins could cry and crash and burn that far. Well, let me show you Bitcoin dominance right now. So this is, pretty much since April, I've been tracking Bitcoin dominance, and this has helped me decide when to be in altcoins and when not to be in altcoins, or when to be in Bitcoin, useful. Right? So you can see this whole period here, we've been trending in this rising wedge, 70% chance it breaks bearish, and it did break bearish. And what did we do? We went into this falling channel right here, right? So the trend is your friend until the end. Eventually this falling channel does have a bullish breakout, and it did have a bullish breakout. It actually went to this rising triangle and it broke bullish. So from here, from pretty much July down to September, we had a decent altcoin performance. And then market dominance started going up again, meaning Bitcoin is taking market dominance. People are exiting altcoin positions, going into Bitcoin. So that pushed us higher. It was hard to find trades. And then we recently had a small pocket of altcoins running since October down to recent. What I'm tracking at right now in the dominance EV is so this was some type of falling channel, right? It's very steep. Now we've broken that trend and we've started printing a rising ascending triangle, which is bullish, and it should break higher. It can break lower. And you could see we had a perfect support and resistance flip from previous. See that? How it was resistance, broke through it, came back. Where did we bounce? We bounced exactly on previous resistance, turned into support. So that was great. And where did we bounce? Have a look at this. If I pull the Fibonacci from the swing low to the swing high. Look at that. We bounced exactly in that reload zone. How perfect. That's called confluence. When you started seeing a couple of things put together, right? Not just one idea, but you've got like 3 ideas. That is a perfect time to say, yeah, okay, we're expecting a bounce from here. Altcoins might bleed. Probably better to go into Bitcoin right here, and you would have benefited a lot if you switch from Bitcoin to altcoins. You can see as well, you got the bullish stochastic cross, RSI was oversold, MACD is converging bullish, all the signs were there. But anyway,
that's really good that you're saying all this, Sammy, because we should also comment about the time frames as well, because guys, these will happen on a weekly basis. So if you're ever in doubt, we always say zoom out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of gives you a better indication in regards to how the chart's going. That's my little 2 cents there. Sammy may agree or may disagree, but if
Absolutely.
I'm ever questioning anything, I always just zoom out, because it just allows me to kind of recalibrate and just say, you know what, it's fine. Because as Sammy said, the channel that's happening there at that last descending triangle, you can see that it may pump a bit and then we can go back down to the support and then have a massive bounce off from there. But that's how this game plays out.
So I'm glad you said that, because I didn't answer your other question when you said, I can't comprehend altcoins going down to a $500 billion market cap, pretty much wiping out 50% or something. Well, let me show you this pink trend line. This pink trend line, you could see it here, the market dominance bounced right there, and then it bounced right there, and then it's kind of like a bump and run. No, it's not. It just smashed through it and broke through it in April, right? Bitcoin dominance broke through it, and then it bounced down here. Anyway, I'm interested in this trend line, right? Because I thought to myself, we had support in Feb last year, mind you. We had support in August last year.
Yes.
We broke it. We came up and we retested it. Bearish retest in August, July, right? Bearish retest went back down. We then went back up in October. So resistance. So 2 times support, 2 times resistance, and very macro looking in the past 2 years, right?
Yes.
So what happens? You could even call this a descending triangle, right? You could call this as a descending triangle.
Me looking at it, that's the way I'm seeing it at the moment.
What happens if Bitcoin dominance does something like this, goes down there, gets rejected, goes up here, but here on like the 1, 2, 3, 4th time, it actually breaks and it retests, and then it starts banging like that. What happens?
The altcoins would bleed.
Oh, absolutely. You see Bitcoin dominance. It doesn't have to follow this trajectory exactly, but what happens if this actually breaks, right? Gets a retest and starts rallying. What happens? Bitcoin dominance. I was trying to stick that up there. There you go. Oh, I can't.
It's not sticking.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's finally stuck. What happens if I'm saying if Bitcoin dominance actually breaks out of this pattern, right?
Yes.
This trend line for the last 2 years, if it actually breaks bullish out of this and Bitcoin dominance rallies, and it rallies up to these levels of 60%, could you imagine the entire market cap having 60% weight of Bitcoin? I think that's what we need if we want to see a Bitcoin over 100K. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. And it's nothing to be afraid of. When Bitcoin dominance is rising and Bitcoin price is rising, that's fantastic, because what happens is the best thing comes next. This is going to come down, and then all that money is going to go into altcoins, just exactly like it did at the start of the year. So that's what I'm holding for. Yeah.
Start pouring
so
down.
That's my review on pretty much the market conditions. And there were 2 altcoins, Eddie, for this week. What are we going to look into?
I would like to look at, I know there's a lot of fans, there's 2 coins that I would like to have a look at, just because from all the viewings that I see, Cardano is one and Avax is the other one. Just because Cardano, everyone's still bullish on it, even though there's no sentimental news coming. There's Sunday swap, I believe, that's around the corner. That's one of the big things that everyone's kind of waiting for. And Avax we'll get to a bit later. Yeah, if you can just kind of help our Cardano audience out there. I personally don't hold any Cardano myself. But yeah, I know that there's a lot of people watching this chart and is very bullish on Cardano still.
Yeah, so the first thing I picked up on ADA, right? You had this high and then you had this higher high, right?
Yeah.
But then on the volume, you had this high and then you had the lower high. So on the weekly chart, I just showed you bearish divergence, and it played out. You had a trend reversal. That was your first warning shot anyway, in around September, to take profits out of ADA, because it could be a reversal coming, and it was a bearish reversal right there.
Yes.
And you could see that on the RSI as well. You see the peak there and a peak there, lower peaks. So on the RSI, yeah, it didn't play on the MACD, but yeah, there's two signals on the volume and RSI. That's pretty significant. You got to listen to the bearish divergence. Anyway, that's played out, and on the weekly, this is what I'm seeing, Ibby. ADA has always pumped when there's some news coming up. So I think this was Shelly hard fork in this region, and then this was smart contracts that got us up here.
Yeah.
Now, I'll show you a Twitter post. ADA, do you know what the second most what's it called? I don't want to get it mixed up, so I'll show you the post on Twitter by Cardano Daily's fantastic channel to keep up to date. ADA is marching on. They are developing. But anyway, let's start on the weekly here. What are we seeing? This 21 weekly moving average acts as a strong area of support. ADA's always had a retest and bounce from it. Retest, bounce, it dropped through here, but then it pushed back up. So at the moment, we have actually fallen. Well, the week's not over yet. We still got 4 days, but we're going below it. But ADA's been below here before. ADA has been below it. And it's not all doom and gloom, because it can reverse and get back out of it. We're in a bull run. Yes, it's lost market dominance to Solana. I think it's ranked number 5 now, but it ain't over. So let's go on the daily. So first thing I want to point out on Cardano, if I draw my Fibonacci reload zone, this is what we're approaching right now. So let's go from the low to the high. We've got this reload zone. Let me draw it better. Pretty much from there, if we get that low point from April, we've got this reload zone, right? So that's what I've drawn up here, that box. So if ADA pretty much comes in this area, I'm looking at buying more. I'm looking at stocking up. So let's just turn on some more moving averages. This is another key one, the 200 daily moving average, right? So here we fell below it and we immediately pushed back above it. This is pretty much a bear trap. You got the bullish engulfing candle, and it's a bear trap of the 200-day moving average. Now we've gone below it again. So it's going to be interesting. If you're going to look at buying ADA, I'll be looking at buying it in this this reload zone here. If that doesn't hold, the next area of support is definitely that 50-week moving average, this area right there. So ADA has definitely underperformed, but is it dead? By no means it's dead. And there's a lot of other interesting metrics to look at. If you look at the ADA BTC pairing or the ADA ETH pairing, this is a really interesting pairing that you can look at. So this is Cardano compared to the performance of Ethereum. So you can see at the moment, it's just smashed out at the moment. It's reaching a very strong area of support down here. You can see it's just toe-to-toe with Ethereum. It's not giving up. This is a strong area.
How do you know which one's Ethereum and which one's Cardano? Sorry, just to clarify again here.
So
how would you analyze this?
This is Cardano compared to Ethereum. So just like you have ADA to USD, which is ADA compared to the US dollar, this is ADA's worth compared to Ethereum. So we've got very strong support down here in this area. If we lose that, that's going to be hard, but there is a potential opportunity that this is going to bounce and we could see ADA outperform Ethereum.
I think like me just looking at the chart before, when you had it up there on the weekly or the 4 hour there, you can see the descending triangle happening. And this is just, predicting things and looking at the charts and just making sure that everything, me just looking at it, I'm expecting a bounce off from there. Like I'm expecting a bit of a pump. And let's say if it did break out, Sammy, let's say it did break out from there, where should people start considering of taking profits, or where's the target are we hoping to reach?
So initially I thought this would have been a breakout, and then we had the retest, but the retest didn't happen because we broke right through it. So this bullish thesis was invalidated. So I'm just going to draw that trend line like that now.
Awesome.
And see how that plays out, right? We still got, so you could say this was an area of support and we've broken through it, we've fallen down. So this area of support is in, so this is now going to act like resistance. I'm not sure what ADA might do in the short term, but all I know is we've got this reload zone down here. I'll be looking at picking some more up. Now, if the price falls through this, I'll be have to say I'm honest and close my trade. Your next level of support is going to be this area right here at $1, because how many times was that brought up? Look at these long wicks. Look at this long wick. $1 was
There's a lot of
strong.
support there, definitely.
There's a lot of support there. So I'm really curious to see how ADA does in this region going into the Fibonacci reload zone. So I'm expecting a lot of buying to be occurring in this area.
Hopefully we don't come down to that point. It'll be sad to see. But as you just shown us, if Bitcoin does pump, guys, if Bitcoin does what it's supposed to do, everyone's anticipating that Bitcoin may start pumping, then unfortunately Cardano may be coming down to those levels.
What if we do this, Ibby? What if we say ADA's in a falling wedge?
Yes,
Yeah, this is still valid. You got touch points down here.
Yes.
You got 2 touch points there. We can come down, very slight interaction. We can push back up and then break up higher. It's going to be very interesting. Let's see how it goes. I mean, on the macro view, on the weekly, we've been here before, just like that area. It absolutely ripped.
Look at that big pump there, Sammy.
Yeah, we've got stochastic RSI right now, wanting to give us a bullish cross, right?
Yeah.
What have we got on? We've got a low and then a lower low on the RSI at the moment, but we've got high and then a higher high. So we've actually got bullish RSI divergence, right? And yeah, you got bullish RSI, you got bullish MACD divergence here as well. You got low and then you got a lower low. So any lower points that we go from here, it's basically strengthening our bullish divergence at the moment with the price action. Do you see that, AB?
No, I do, and I'm very excited for this because Cardano is one of those coins that doesn't listen sometimes as well. I remember when the whole market was bearish, Cardano just decided to tank, and it went to all-time high and discovery, and we were just all blown away.
Yeah, have a look at this. You can see here, weekly volume dropping. However, we're higher, right? So low, higher low. You got a high, lower low. This is bullish divergence. Well, I drew it in the wrong spot, but you see it on the volume. We've got bullish divergence. Yeah, on the volume, you've got bullish divergence. It looks like
no one's selling, Sammy. Everyone's anticipating the next pump for Cardano.
On the RSI, you've got bullish divergence, and on the MACD, you've got bullish divergence. So you just have to be patient. This is the weekly chart. I'm confident in ADA. ADA is forgotten about, but it's quite often. You need to be buying the projects that people aren't talking about. And ADA is silent, and this is where I will continue holding my bag. So it ain't over. If you still believe that the bull run's still going on, you want to evaluate your decisions, because I don't want to be selling.
No, thank you. Thank you for the update on Cardano. Let's move into Avax. Avax is an interesting one. Avax has just been tearing it from day dot, like since it started to just launch. But interestingly, Avax, I think a coin called BANQI. QI is the acronym for it.
Its ticker symbol is QI. BANQI, something like that. Yeah, it was on KuCoin.
Okay.
But now
and they listed on on Binance. And I think what people are thinking now is that, okay, one of these guys have listed. Now, is there going to be other ones, like other Avax coins going to get listed on Binance too? And historically, when one kind of gets listed in that ecosystem, the other ones kind of follow. So I'm wondering whether this is causing the pump for Avax.
Yeah, it's interesting. So let's look at Avax. So you could just draw up that trade idea that we had, right, on the daily, right? We've got this head and shoulders that played out, broke out beautifully. And if I turn on, got to look for volume. So you look at it on the day it broke out, had a little bit higher than average volume, which is good. And it even came down, retested the neckline of that head and shoulders perfectly. So that would be a perfect trade setup. I also got the measured move, which is the height of the head. So bring that up there. And if you bought the retest down here, and if we measure it up, that measured move gave you a 30% gain. It hit the measured move perfectly, like it actually exceeded it. Maximum gain is 38%. So if you were taking profits along the way up and you averaged a 20% return, you're doing pretty well. What's Avax doing right now? Like, it's hard. So I wouldn't be buying at all-time high. Yes, it's all-time high, so it's strong. I believe that it will keep on going, but would I buy it right now? No. I would buy it when it comes back down and retest this neckline, right? So this neckline should be a strong area of support. We could get down here. You can see the VPVR. You're starting to get stronger support down in this region. So I'll tie this all together. But what I'm trying to see at the moment is you got this high and you got this higher high. So there's possible bearish divergence on the volume, right?
Yep.
And let's see what's going on elsewhere. It's potentially playing out on RSI. You've got a high and then a higher high, so that's not too bad. You don't have bearish divergence on RSI. It's only on the volume at the moment, so not much, but worth listening to. Doesn't mean it will play out, but it's possible you could get a trend reversal.
That's if Avax doesn't release another surprise listing or news coming out. It may change the whole dynamics again.
Yeah, so this one can still run. If there's one thing we want to do, let's look at entry IDs, right? So one entry idea will be buying it on the 21 daily moving average if it comes down and touches this and bounces.
Which is around $81, around that region.
Another area is to buy back on horizontal support, which is the neckline of that head and shoulders if we do come back down there. Or if we grab our Fibonacci and go from the recent swing low to the high, you got this impulse wave, bring it up there, and you've got this area, you've got your reload zone coming in down here. Personally, because I don't have a lot of cash on hand right now, they're all tied up in a bit of trades. I'll be patient. I would like to buy it up in this region, and I'll leave this box and we can come back to it in the future episodes and see how this goes. This is where I'll be looking at buying in.
No, awesome.
It is very overextended. If we go on the weekly, you can just see how overextended we are from the 21 weekly moving average as well. Very overextended. If total 3 does pull back, like the total 3 excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's going to pull back harder? It's going to be stuff in all-time high. You got Axis, Atom, you got FTX token, Luna, Mana. These things in the top 10 can really pull back pretty hard. We're talking 50% pullbacks possible.
That's crazy. And I guess that's why you guys might be asking, why did we start with the market total cap? The image that we try to create is first explain the total market cap, how the dynamics works, and then how it may affect the altcoins, how it may affect the altcoins. Because we've talked about how if Bitcoin pumps, we're expecting all these altcoins to just start crumbling. And Sammy's just explain how much pullback there can be. 50% pullback is quite significant. What are we now? $96. So 50% of pullback. Yeah, you just lost 50% of your gains.
Yeah.
If the Bitcoin
being at all-time high is not a bad thing. It's telling me that this is a very strong coin. Pay attention and find an entry, right? Because there's a lot of coins that haven't even passed their 2021 previous all-time high. Like Avax all-time high came in on February, and then it went into this long consolidation. Look at that beautiful consolidation right there. Then you had a massive run up. So remember, if the price action doesn't respect that reload zone, you really need to exit your trades, cut your losses, and don't lose money. Cut your losses and find the next area. Maybe your reload zone is going to be from the entire bottom down here up to the top. So it's going to be in this absolute disgusting looking region. But hey, you got to work with what you see, right? So it might be in this whole region down here.
No, that's super exciting.
This is crypto.
And thank you so much, Sammy. This has been very helpful. Hopefully it's been helpful for you guys mostly, because at the end of the day, crypto is one of those fast-paced environments where you'll make a lot of money, but if you don't make the right moves, you can lose a lot of money. So be careful out there, guys. If you have any specific questions that you'd like to ask Sammy, you can message us below, comment below on YouTube, comment here. We're on Twitter as well, so Sammy's always happy to go into specifics. If you have a coin that you would like him to basically go in quite in details, please request it, because that's why we're here. We're here to help out one another. Once again, Sammy, thank you so much. You were amazing again. I'm super excited for the next episode with you. We might have a couple of the other brothers, but I'm really looking forward to this because crypto is peaking and we need to know where we are in the space and where we're going, because we don't want to lose our gains.
Awesome. Been a pleasure. I've still got plenty to cover, but stay tuned for that.
Awesome. Thank you again. Thanks, guys. Ciao.